My next guest is a very talented singer and songwriter who just dropped her debut album called PSA. It is Peyton. Peyton, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I appreciate you doing this. And, I always have to comment on everyone's aesthetic in the background and things. I mean, this is a very compact view we have here. Where are you checking in from? And what is this wonderful, I don't know, artwork or pattern or what have you hanging?
Well, I'm actually reporting live from my bed in my bedroom, and this is just the tapestry in the back. Um,
Ah,
yeah.
this is awesome because we are in your space. We have now encroached upon your personal space where you have
Yeah.
dreamed of this world of becoming an artist and whatever other things that you've been experiencing throughout life. And how has the last year
Yeah.
been for you?
The last year has been um transformative. I I had a lot more time to myself. And although sometimes I felt pressure, I did feel like I was able to take my time with a lot, especially being a student. I actually just graduated in this past December.
I was
Um,
going to bring that up. I wanted to congratulate you.
oh, thank you.
What
I'm
was
definitely very proud.
what was your major for everyone to understand and catch up on?
Well, I was a music major where I did vocal performance, and I got my BA. And I chose to do music because it's literally the only thing I know. And my parents were like, "You need to go to college," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll just do what I think I'll get an A in." Yeah.
It's really awesome. And I understand that you have been involved in music since you were in the womb. You come
Yeah.
from a musical family. It goes back to your grandmother, who was a Grammy nominated artist. And here you are, carrying on that legacy. When you were growing up, when you were a small youth, let's say 5, 6, 7 years old or whatever it is, were you just singing for fun already at that point, or were you already involved in church?
Yeah, I was involved in everything. I mean, I was definitely singing before I could talk, as my parents say, but as soon as I could, I was, involved at church in the choir. Um, then when I got to grade school, that's when I started my classical training for violin and singing. And from there, once I got to grade school, then my grandmother, she just, she was an educator. She had her master's in education and music, and she knew all the best programs. So she not only was I in one of the best art schools in Houston for magnet, but also I was doing things all over the city, just involved with the arts, whether it be for my violin, piano, for singing, painting. I mean, acting. I was doing, I was doing it all. So
Now, why the violin? It's a
yeah,
very interesting instrument to pick up, and not one that every kid will continue to play once their parents kind of basically say, "You're taking violin lessons."
oh
And,
yeah.
kids suck it up and they do the recitals, but then eventually, as they get older, they ditch it and they pick up GarageBand and, start making their
Oh
own
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
music.
So true. So violin was definitely an instrument that was just in my family, like on my dad's side. Uh, so it was my aunt, his sister played, and she still plays to this day. And my grandmother, she played, and I think her her grandmother played. So it's just been an instrument that's just been an integral part of my family history. And seeing my grandmother play and seeing my aunt play, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Like, why wouldn't I? So then I just started studying it and just studied it for a while.
Up until that point, who were your references? Who were some of the artists that helped inform your music?
There were actually so many artists who I deem as responsible for who I am today. Just to name a few, it's so hard not to just name all of them from A to Z, but
Okay, let's
I would
start with
say,
A.
okay, yeah, first let's start with A. So, Aaliyah, she was someone who I have been inspired by since I was a baby. Um, and let's see, a Mellaroo from Groove Theory. I have always been a great big fan of Kanye West since I was very small. And NERD, um, uh, Isley Brothers, Prince, um, Minnie Riperton, Denise Williams, um, in indie bands like Grizzly Bear and Mew and Imogen Heap, and there's just so many artists who just like made me who I am.
Okay, so you just named all these artists. I didn't hear one violinist in the group. I am very disappointed.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, I would say I mostly wasn't, when it came to violin and classical music, I was mainly inspired by like seeing actual orchestrations, like, and seeing that live and hearing those live. Because whenever I played, I mean, I did do solo playing, especially when I was doing private lessons and things like that. But I just loved hearing an orchestra. So
I'm giving you a hard time. I was
I
if
figured I'm just playing along.
see if you said like maybe Arcade Fire or one of the more bigger indie bands, okay, I would have given you a pass for that. So here you are. You just released your debut album, and I hear so many great songs on there. And
Thank
congratulations on this
you.
debut. First,
Thank you.
how long did it take to get to this point? Has this been years in the making? Is this something that you started senior year in college when everything shut down and you had more time to focus on this?
So I actually began making it in 2018. It just started with a couple of songs that, well, um, well, let me say first, whenever I create a project, it's not like, okay, I'm about to make this project and it's gonna have this theme and it's gonna do this or whatever. It's just like I create freely and I see what comes about. And I made two songs in 2018, and I just thought, wow, these songs are so powerful and transcendent. And just from there, I just kept adding, and then I thought, okay, now I know where I'm going, and then I had a general direction. I will say, uh, I I thought that I was done with the project in 2020, and being allowed that extra time, I realized that I wasn't done. And so I was able to recreate certain songs, add some new songs, and just really make it as good as it could be. So I was really thankful for that extra time, especially also juggling being a student. It really, I'm just really grateful for that time.
Congratulations on this album release. It's a long time coming, and congrats on your college degree as well. A lot of
Thank
milestones
you
for
so
you, and
much. I
best of luck with
know.
everything.
Thank you so much. And I wish the same for you.